Alright guys, let's talk about tents. In specific, the Tarptent Protrail. So this is not a review, this is a first impressions video. I'm just going to talk about the specs of the tent, and then I'm actually going to set the tent up in real time. This tent goes up very fast. So this tent is, here it is. This is the stuff sack that it comes in. And the tent actually comes in a pretty big stuff sack. The tent itself packs down inside of this stuff sack to about 12 by 4, and it comes in a big stuff sack. You could actually put it in a lot smaller stuff sack and pack it down a lot smaller, but the reason that it comes in that stuff sack, so if you order the poles along with it right here, then you can actually fit the poles inside of there, roll them up in the tent, and then pack it inside of that stuff sack. And I did order the poles along with this tent because I don't carry trekking poles, so you can either set the tent up with trekking poles or with the poles that you order for the tent. But let's get into the size and the dimensions and all that kind of good stuff of the tent. Now I'm looking down because I can't remember anything, so I have it wrote down here in front of me. Now the tent weighs 26 ounces, and that's total weight. That's inside the stuff sack with all the guy lines and the stakes. 26 ounces for the tent. Now if you add the poles, that adds an extra 5 ounces, so 31 ounces. Total weight for the tent. Not bad at all. The tent itself is made out of a 30D silk nylon. So the tent is very durable, and Tarptent does state that you don't need a ground sheet for this tent. With it being a single wall tent, you will have some condensation with the tent, but Tarptent has designed this tent very, very well, and you can get a lot of ventilation in through the tent, which you'll see in the setup here in a few minutes when I show you guys. So I personally don't think that condensation will be any sort of a problem with the way the tent is designed. So the tent is 84 inches long, and it is 42 inches wide at the head end and 30 inches wide at the foot end. The interior height of the tent is 45 inches at the head and 24 inches high at the foot end. So there's plenty enough room in this tent. This is a one-person tent, but you can easily fit yourself in there with a large sleeping pad and all your gear if you want to put all your gear in with you, or you can put it in the vestibule and store it that way. But plenty enough room inside of this tent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and I'm going to do a live setup in real time of this tent. Now I've only set this tent up 2 times. So this may not be the quickest setup ever. It may not be perfect. I don't know. We're going to see. But this tent is very easy to set up. Goes up very quick. And then we'll kind of take a look at the inside of the tent and what everything looks like while it's set up. Alright guys, so there it is, it's all set up. That is the inside of the tent. That is the Thermarest X-Therm, and that is the long and wide version. And the Nemo Philo pillow is in there. Like I said, this is a minimalist tent, it's a one-person tent, but you could get your gear in there if you really had to. And then what I was talking about earlier with the ability to vent this tent, let's go ahead and kind of step in here, is it's got all this nice meshing all the way around the side. You can see that it's got it on both sides, so if it does get some condensation, hopefully it'll just kind of roll down off the side, and the idea is to roll out of the mesh along the side there. And also the back panel will open up completely, so you can vent the front and rear of this tent. It's got a pocket here where you can put your cell phone or some of your goods, whatever, in there, and then the vestibule, you could definitely fit your pack and shoes and all that kind of good stuff in there. So there you guys go. That's what it looks like, all set up. Sorry about the lighting. The lighting is a little harsh, I know. Yeah, there it is, guys. Super easy to set up. You just put the pole in the back, goes through the little grommet right there, and then it's got the guy lines ran out, and you just stake them out on each end. And the front end of the tent is the same way. You just run the pole right up into up here. There's a grommet up here, and then you just stake out the ends. So it's as easy as that, guys. The vestibule has Velcro on it, so you can close it up, you can tie it back. Same with the door, close it up or tie it back. Again, guys, sorry about the lighting. I know it's a little harsh, but it's just the way it is sometimes.